Hi, my name is Vicky Zhou. My Chinese name is Zhou, and I'm the author of a book about Asian experience and Asian rights. My book explores the intersection of race, gender, and nationality. I first decided to write this book at the onset of the pandemic. At that time, I started to see the rise of xenophobia and racism against people of my community, not just in North America, but also other parts of the world. Those reports and news made me feel so compelled to learn more about the history of Asian people in diaspora and specifically in Canada. And they also encouraged me to share my own experience as a Chinese and a young Asian woman. Another point that makes my book unique was the fact that rather than using the majority versus minority relationship, for example, white versus black relation, my book intensively focused on the relationship between people of color. For example, I wrote a lot about Asian and Black relationship in North America and Asian Indigenous relationship in Canada. And this book also includes stories and insights from famous authors such as Cathy Park Hong, Jeff Chang, and my sociology professor, Ito Peng. I really wanted to share one of the cool experiences that I shared in my book, which was about my experience of living with multiple host families in the UK during my gap year. So at the age of 17, that was my introduction to the outside world that is so fascinating and diverse. Living with those families and observing our similarities and differences made me realize that no matter how different our customs or traditions appear to be, the humanitarian aspect of our cultures are so alike. And one of my host families was from Muslim background. They treated me with so much generosity and hospitality that made me feel just like a part of their family, which is exactly the same way in my Chinese culture my families would have treated other people as well. So their kindness taught me a lifelong lesson. When we open our arms and our minds to each other or to other people, our differences became so insignificant. And that is precisely the idea that carries out throughout my book, and that is the idea I wanted to share with all of you. My hope for the book is first, to share Asians' history in Canada and change the narrative that portrays Asians as foreigners or perpetrators or model minorities. And rather, I hope that people start seeing Asians as significant contributors to the country and people who are peace-loving. Second of all, I also hope to encourage a sense of unity and allyship among people of color. I hope to help people understand that anti-Asian racism is harmful not only to Asian people, but all people. Because this ideology makes us so divisive and violent against each other. Therefore, standing up against xenophobia and white supremacy should be a responsibility of all of us. I think you will really enjoy reading this book if you're interested in racial justice and social justice, or if you're trying to find stories and experience that echoes with yours, or if you're simply trying to understand the Asian community in Canada just a bit more. My name is Vicky Zhou. My Chinese name is Zhou, and I'm the author of a book about Asian rights and Asian experience.